We're good? We are good. Happy Monday, folks. Welcome in, Lee. Welcome to our 4:30 stream.
Wow, this is fun.
An improvement upon Lewis.
Yeah, he's slacking today.
He is.
So I'd pick up that slack like normal.
Enjoying the holiday. Is it a federal holiday?
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't know. I didn't know it was Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. I guess it's both.
It is both.
Yeah.
It is both. And I think that's why kids have off of school, teachers have off of work. So Lou, his whole family was off. So we'll give him today off too, I guess.
Well, we got another named storm here earlier today. I guess you were here when this got dropped earlier today. Tropical Storm Lorenzo, Lee.
Yeah, so Lorenzo, I like the look of Lorenzo because it's so far out there in the Atlantic. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Some models have it doing a little turn, something a little funky, but I really do not see this as a threat to land. So these are the storms that we like. Now, it will be strengthening, but likely staying as a tropical storm. You can see, though, by Thursday morning, winds of 70 miles an hour. So becoming a strong tropical storm. That's what's in the forecast right now.
So thankfully, no impact to us here on the First Coast or really anywhere up and down the eastern seaboard. And I think the other key point here, Lee, is no other tropical formation expected in the Atlantic for at least the next 7 days.
Yeah, and thank goodness, first of all, October is still an active month, so not surprising that we do have a named storm out there, but no other areas that we're watching currently. But we have to look beyond 7 days, and our attention and our sights will be set on the Caribbean.
Yeah, and this is a product that the Climate Prediction Center puts out, that Global Tropics Hazards Outlook. They update this typically, I think, once a week. And this is really what I think the whole team, we've been trying to stress here now for about the last several weeks, that outside of those tropical waves that come off the west coast of Africa that you can see from a long way out typically, this is the area that we're going to really be watching for, primarily for this reason alone. There is still a lot of heat, a lot of moisture and energy available, especially in the Western Caribbean there, near the Yucatan, that if a storm was able to kind of spin up and begin to form in that area, could certainly fuel itself pretty quickly there, Lee.
These are the things that make me nervous when I think about it. One, thank you for showing this. It shows all of that energy, all of that fuel for a hurricane. We've just, reflecting on this season so far, it's really untapped energy. So if something forms in the Caribbean, it would be like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and just fueling up and eating and getting fatter and fatter. So we do not want anything in the Caribbean, but it's not uncommon this time of the season to see things form or move into and then strengthen in the Caribbean. So beyond 7 days, this is the area that we will be watching. And
I mentioned in our editorial news meeting today that, this would be the area that we're watching, like you had just said, but we're getting these fronts here now, these actual fall-like fronts where there's cooler air, there's drier air, and they're really going to kind of inhibit how much of that tropical moisture energy at times can progress northward. Can it still? For sure. But typically during this time of the year, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Everything kind of has to be in line for those systems to head up our way. Now, before we go, I have to ask, since you brought it up, your go-to on the Chinese buffet. All you can eat. Egg rolls.
I freaking love egg rolls. I will be that person that grabs like 7 of them if I can.
Really?
Try to take them home. Oh my gosh, I love egg rolls.
Now, do you put like duck sauce or like soy sauce or something on them? Just the egg roll. Just a plain old egg roll.
It's crunchy on the outside. It's soft on the inside. You're making me hungry now. What about you?
General Tso's.
Okay, that's great.
Or have you ever had my best friend growing up had a Chinese restaurant. They had
that's cool.
They had coral shrimp or coral chicken. It was like that white sweet sauce.
Oh, I don't know, but I want it. Whatever it is, I want to try it.
It's like breaded shrimp or breaded chicken, but then it was this kind of like white creamy like sweet sauce on it. You can only eat so much of it before like.
I go all sweet because I like a honey chicken. I like the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds right up my alley.
well, I guess you know where you're getting dinner tonight.
Yeah, seems like it.
It's a nice night to maybe have dinner outside tonight. Lee.
Absolutely. And then go for a very long walk and walk off all those egg rolls.
Walk off the calories. Yeah. We got beautiful blue skies, sunshine out there. A lot of dry air has been really just swept in across the First Coast here this afternoon. And that's going to continue through the rest of this evening. That nor'easter that we dealt with a lot through the end of last week and even over the weekend to a certain extent, that's pulled now well off to our northeast, even up toward the New England states at this point now, bringing in that drier air on the backside. So thankfully, not a whole lot else to be concerned about here locally, Lee. Although
Wow, look at that
cool little
swirl.
spin, yeah.
That's working its way up the coast. I mean, we're happy to see it pull away. Well-deserved, beautiful sunshine here. Granted, as I'm sure we're going to get into later, I don't want to jump ahead. Some of us on the First Coast really need the rain, though, and it did not hit those areas that really desperately need the rain.
Yeah, well, some folks got a decent amount, and they've been somewhat inundated between the tidal cycles and the freshwater rainfall. Others, especially some of our western locations, have been hung out to dry to a certain regard. And as Lee said, we'll get into that a little bit. Temperatures out there right now, many of us in the mid-80s. You got 70s there along the coastline, a little bit cooler. But this is one thing we'll still be watching here through at least the middle of this week. We've got this coastal flood advisory that runs until, I believe, 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So this has been kind of incrementally extended a little bit further out. But you'll note that not the entire St. Johns River Basin is included in this. It's for Clay, St. Johns, Putnam County, Flagler County, and then, of course, the intercoastal in St. Johns County as well. So we'll still be watching for some of that coastal flooding during periods of high tide for at least another 2 to 3 days here, Lee. But
it is promising. I will say they dropped back from the coastal flood warning to the advisory right at the start of the noon show today, and I was relieved to see it. The National Weather Service said they had talked to people in the Palatka area, just looking at their water levels, not as high, obviously still higher than normal. That is why we have the coastal flood advisory, but it's not that moderate to more excessive or intense flooding that we were seeing. But the only problem is those winds are going to kind of stay. It's not obviously too windy or too gusty now, but they're saying just enough to where we'll have to watch it. So for the next couple of days, especially for the St. Johns River.
Yeah, because we are going to get a little bit more of that like northeasterly wind. Again, not as strong as it was last week, but by Wednesday, by Thursday, we'll have a little bit more of that. But Lee did a nice job here giving you a look at your high tide times for tomorrow, kind of depending on where you're at in that zone. So from Palm Coast to Willaca up to Doctors Lake, a wide variety of high tides. But generally, late afternoon through the evening, we'll be watching.
And I did the second high tide cycle because the first one still, watch the morning cycle, but the afternoon and evening cycle expected to be a little bit higher. So that's why I chose those times to put on the graphic.
Otherwise, if you don't live by the water, Lee, nice day for tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I know, like Waycross, Lake City, and they're like, please give us the rain. We need the rain. But so beautiful, lots of sunshine. And these temperatures are fairly seasonal. Like this is what a Southeast Georgia and Northeast Florida fall is, with those afternoons getting into the lower 80s, but the mornings starting off right near 60. It's really beautiful.
I know. I was just thinking earlier today, like, I complain so much about the heat and humidity here for like 4 or 5 months out of the year. But I feel like from this point through, maybe like early April, makes it worthwhile for the people who don't love the heat and humidity.
But I feel like you like seasons though, so would you prefer for it to be cooler right now? Like this is our fall weather, but do you think of fall as a little bit chillier, a little crisper?
Yes. On Saturday, we were taking my dog out to the lake, and I almost reached the point of putting on a sweatshirt.
Oh, you haven't put on a sweatshirt yet?
No.
Whoa.
Now my girlfriend, she did have a sweatshirt on. I did not get to that point because I was going to be like, by the time we get a mile into this walk, I'm going to be sweating.
Okay.
But no, with like how strong the wind was on Saturday, and because I think we only hit like 72 Saturday, I was chilled.
Okay.
But not to the point yet of breaking out the long sleeves.
Man, I was in a pretty decently heavy sweater last night on my walk.
You were bundled up?
Yeah. Anything below like 75, a little chilly.
Oh, when the sun goes down, the temperature drops pretty fast. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be dealing with kind of the cool mornings, the warm afternoons here the next couple of days. We're watching this backdoor cold front to a certain regard, really throughout the day on Wednesday and Thursday. Might just bring a little bit of an increase in some cloud cover for our southern counties, perhaps a few spritzes of rain for southern St. John's and Flagler, but really any limited rain chances should stay further to our south there down toward I-4 Lee.
All right. Well, we are going to take a look ahead to the rest of the work week. We're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks. Lee, we've kind of beat it home here, to say it kind of bluntly, that we're going to have very nice weather, cool mornings, warm afternoons, a nice little breeze through the end of the week. But a lot of this is just due to almost an excessive amount of just dry air sweeping its way in across the First Coast pretty much through the entirety of this week. Dry air, high pressure combined, leading to blue skies and sunshine out here. Looking good, not only through Wednesday and Thursday, but for Friday night football as well.
Okay, so what our game of the week, Oakleaf at Ed White? That would be a good one. All right, and I love that you put feels like football. Really does. This is good football weather. Temperatures dropping through the 70s down into the 60s. Would you grab a sweatshirt for this?
I would have one in the car.
Fair enough.
I would maybe walk to the stands with one.
Okay.
And I would probably sit on it, and then, if needed, I would put it on. But
that little east breeze kind of picked up a little bit.
Yes, by the fourth quarter, a little breeze, especially if we're losing and I'm not like hyped up.
Yeah.
Then maybe I would have to slide the sweatshirt on.
So you're right. That's right. We're all going to be hyped up, so we wouldn't need the sweatshirt. Oh my gosh. I love these temperatures in the 70s, and then, of course, by the end of the game, dropping down to the 60s. This is fantastic weather, and as we continue into the weekend, too, I don't think that those rain chances come back too hard for our Saturday. So even good for some Saturday plans, too. Look at that, your rain coverage. I popped in that 5% just with the a little shift in the wind, just in case. I got scared, I'll be honest. I get scared putting a fat 0%.
A stray sprinkle.
Just the tiniest little sprinkle.
Lee's looking for that stray drop in Hastings.
I'm trying to push it towards Lake City and Waycross. Those poor places, so dry.
Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit. We've got not only dry conditions up and down the I-95 corridor, but we've got moderate to now even severe drought for our western communities out towards I-75, like northern Columbia County, Clinch, northwestern Ware. I mean, very dry conditions alone. I think this also tells a great story as well. When you look at the percentage of normal rainfall or precipitation just over the past 30 days.
Yeah, you and I were talking about this when you first got into work today. Like, okay, so it says most of our area under some sort of drought conditions, but we know that there are places, people living in St. Augustine, that have too much water collection in their yards. And so I'm so glad you pulled this up, because this is a much better representation of the rain we have seen or have not seen for places like across Southeast Georgia and along the I-75 corridor. But meanwhile, places in Putnam and Flagler and parts of St. John's, you absolutely do not need any more rain.
Yeah, and when this is just over the past 30 days, if we looked at it over like the last 60, or like the prior month map of this, it showed it even worse for especially southeastern Georgia, like inland locations out towards Columbia and Baker County. So a rarity to be this dry during this time of the year, because we often get like tropical systems or rains.
Right.
And thankfully we haven't gotten any of those as of yet. But yeah, kind of a little bit of a anomaly for this time of the year. And as we've said, high pressure staying put through at least Friday and Saturday.
So when are we going to have rain?
Yeah, and it looks like maybe by the end of the weekend,
Maybe.
next week.
You
What do
know,
you think?
I think we will see some rain. Now, I would not put money down on a Sunday versus Monday. I think it's too far out. Really, we don't know yet how fast that front will move towards us. And you hear us here talk about different models a lot. The American model, which is the GFS, versus the European, you know, all sorts of stuff. And they disagree on the timing of it. So yes, I do think parts of our area will see rain. Will it be the rain that's beneficial for Waycross and Lake City and those places? I mean, I guess any sort of rain is beneficial, but I don't think it's as much as they need. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rain out of this system, but I will be happy for those of you in our western areas if I am wrong. And I also feel bad for those of you in St. Augustine if you happen to get that rain.
Well, and the good news is St. Augustine and the areas that have gotten a lot, they have at least a solid 5 or 6 days to kind of dry out.
So true.
Yes.
Halloween. Do you have your costume yet?
I don't, do you?
No, I don't.
I actually very rarely dress up for Halloween.
Boo!
It's been since college since I dressed up.
You haven't dressed up since college?
No, because I've just like always worked it, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but we literally have a costume contest at work. Now I'm putting you on
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah, I'm not a big like let's buy a
Fun person.
No, I'm gonna take something that I have at home and make it into a costume.
That's fine.
I'm not a big like let's go out and spend money on buying a costume.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
So I've been like a football player, a soccer player, a cowboy.
You know what I was for Halloween last year? I was Jimmy Buffett.
Okay.
And I did it with everything I already had. A Hawaiian shirt. I own a ukulele, flip-flops.
Wait,
A salt shaker?
I remember this, I think. Because did you have a Halloween party?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, I remember that. I was like, I feel like I've seen you in a Jimmy Buffett shirt before.
But it's just what you make from everything in your closet and in your house. So easy peasy. You can steal my idea if you want.
I'm not as big of a Jimmy Buffett fan as you. I have to stay original.
Parrot heads unite.
I can't steal your ideas.
Do you like Kenny Chesney? Kind of like
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Get some
I get
pirate flag, pirate. You know.
I have everything to be a cowboy.
Okay.
It's not my everyday apparel, but that's why I've done it so many times.
That works.
Or a greaser, I've done that as well.
So we're gonna continue to check back in each day until Halloween. We got 18 days. We're gonna check on Ross's progress with his Halloween costume.
Oh gosh, it was incremental progress each day. Yeah. The other part of that, 20 days until daylight saving time.
Oh, I hate when we fall back.
Look at that. So you're not a fan of it? You hate the falls? With regards to this?
What I do not like is a sunset at the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
It just kills my mood, kills any motivation to do anything in the evening. You get off work and it's dark. I'm not going to go on my evening walk. I don't even want to go to Publix or any sort of grocery shopping. Don't want to meal prep. I just feel like I need to go home and go to bed. You know, I'm like one of those like parrots or birds where you put the blanket over, it's nighttime, I'm done. So I do not like a 5 o'clock sunset.
I'm on the opposite side of this. Now, mainly because I work night side. So the sunsets don't impact me as much, but it's the
Fair.
sunrise. It's so much more difficult for me to wake up when it's still dark.
Yeah,
For example,
that's
in the
true.
summer, I'm up so early. And then by the time we get to late October, early November, I am sleeping in until almost 8, which is like unheard of for me.
Okay.
So,
Wow, you work so late and you are up before 8. You're better than
every
me.
day.
Goodness. I guess you have a dog. You gotta let the dog out and do all
Although
that
he's
stuff, too.
sleeping in too half the time. He blames it on me to wake up.
So he prefers the later sunrises.
Yeah.
He's on my team here.
Yeah.
Well, then November 27th, that's Thanksgiving. So between now and Thanksgiving, we will lose almost an hour of sunlight.
Kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Jags have got a few more wins by the time we get to Thanksgiving.
They will have more.
We're going to take a quick break. Once we come back, we'll talk about that Jags forecast abroad and here at home coming up. And we are back hanging 10
Dude,
out over the coffee table. Got the piggies out.
ruined my doof. Is that you? Is that
No.
You're set up in the living room?
You know me too well, always showing off my feet. Yeah. Lee found this just beautiful background of this gentleman just chilling. He's doesn't have his Jags apparel on for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but he is hanging 10 with the 10 toes.
We can't actually see what's live, so we don't know when we're up on screen. It was just our faces. You have to back up and show everyone the graphic.
Here we go.
Are we graphics full? Take graphics full, please, if that's possible. Okay, here we go,
folks. Oh,
Woo!
there we go. Just chilling. The flannel pajama bottoms, too, is a power move. I could totally see Lewis Turner doing that on a Sunday morning.
Yes, exactly. This is your Jags. This is the actual setup, what it will look like.
Yes. And if you're having a party this weekend to watch the Jags, because, again, they're in London this week.
Wear shoes.
It's going to be an early kick, 9:30. Yeah, wear shoes, or at least put on some socks, something. Slippers, perhaps.
It's a little cool out there. You might need to keep your toes warm.
Yeah, you don't want cold feet. Gee, that hurts when you kick the ball and your piggies are cold.
Why are you kicking? Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm kicking field goals out there.
Yeah, warming up better than the last game with those last kicks.
Got to get that coffee hot.
Bacon or sausage for your brunch watch party?
Oh, probably sausage, although I do love bacon. It kind of depends what else you have with it, I think.
I 100% agree. I change it up every time.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either.
Porque no los dos.
And then, a little bit of kind of a chilly, rainy day over there in London.
Yeah, I have two friends actually going to the game in London, so I sent them a picture of this forecast and said, have fun.
Is this in Wembley?
It is.
Okay. Because I know they've played at a couple different places that have the retractable roofs. I don't think Wembley has that.
They have, So the background picture, you can
Yes.
see it's open sky there. I don't know if it fully closes or not, but
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, looks like rain's in the forecast. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with everyone. It is very hard to forecast for another country that you're not used to.
Yeah.
So I did try my absolute best, but what I saw looked like there could be rain around. So maybe some showers possible. A little bit of a breeze out there too, and temperatures in the 50s. It's more of a shock to the system. I hope our Jags are ready for the cooler weather that they